Hello, welcome back to the Cricket Nerds podcast. Bit more of a village setup. I don't have my beautiful lighting at the moment, so this is why I'm working on 3 pixels. But we move. This is what we like to see. I want to kick things off by saying thank you very much to everybody that's continued watching. We really appreciate the support. We've hit over 300 subscribers recently, and just wanted to say a big thank you. It's been really fun making these videos, and we're going to carry on because we're really enjoying it. So today, it was another IPL match. It was Chennai Super Kings versus the Rajasthan Royals. The game was of no consequence, really. Rajasthan had already qualified, and Chennai had already not. And yeah, it was a bit of an aggressive start actually from Chennai, I thought, particularly big Moeen Ali. So Ben, talk us through his knock. He got 93.
I mean, it was mental. Like, it started off with like extreme velocity. So there was, I think in the 4th over, he hit 4.464. Then he hit 4.461. Then he took Trent Boult for 26 in an over, hit a 6 and then 5 fours. It was really quite cruel batting for the poor Rajasthan bowlers. Prashant Krishna, Ravi Ashwin and Trent Boult all got tonked around by Moeen. But then, straight away, Yuvendra Chahal comes on, stems the flow of runs. Ashwin comes on, takes a wicket. Abid McCoy comes on, bowls very tidily. And then it was a very interesting setup from Chennai because they then went, like, the first 6 overs went for 72, and the following 13 overs went for about 60. It was just a very odd innings from Chennai. Good bowling from Rajasthan. I think Chahal and Ashwin, apart from Ashwin's first over, but they bowled as a great pair, and I think they managed to stem the runs through that middle. They picked up some crucial wickets, and yeah, just Chennai. I think they were 10 short.
Yeah, and Obed McCoy came through as well.
Yeah,
I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Which we've seen him over the past couple of years, not in the IPL, but just throughout different tournaments. And he's someone that, like, when you watch him bowl, you think, wow, he's got such a nice action, looks really good. And yeah, you saw why he'd been tipped for sort of a high potential.
And like, if Trent Boult had gone for like a sense, like off over 6, like say he went for 10 rather than 16, right? That brings his figures down like 4 for 28. That means he's going at 7s. So like, it was just that sort of one over that really tipped the scales over. And aside from that, none of the other Rajasthan bowlers went over 9 and over. And it was only really because of Trent Boult's that second over, that 6th over, which I'm not sure how many Trent Boult had bowled at that point, but it was only that 6th over that really ruined it for any of the Rajasthan bowlers. I think they just looked really tight, and they really restricted Chennai. As I say, like, Conway couldn't really get off the mark. He was stuck at a strike of 114. Considering the start that Moeen had, like, he got 50 off like 19 balls, like, and then he ends with a strike rate of 160, which seems quite light. And then none of the rest of the Chennai batters were able to get above an 100 strike rate. So it was just really good bowling from Rajasthan. I think for Chennai, there was a bit of lack of intent, and you can understand why. It's the end of the season. It's been quite a long tournament, especially when you've had the not the run of it like Chennai have. You can be quite disheartened, and everyone just ready to go home, I think. But yeah, it is, aside from Moeen, who came out and was obviously playing on a different track to everyone else, which also seemed to be like a different track to all of the Rajasthan batters too, aside from Ashwin and Jaiswal.
Which was just really, everybody else made it look really difficult. I thought the whole game was sort of a story of all-rounders because we had Moeen, who had an absolute blinder of a game. Really, he bowled amazingly.
Ball, yeah.
He bowled his 4 overs, went at 5.25 and took a wicket. So brilliant. Mitch Santon was also very good. And then Ravi Ashwin, what a player. So yeah, Yashavi Jaiswal, he was somebody that I actually tipped at the start of the IPL. I thought he was going to be the young emerging player type person. I thought he was going to have a really good season. He had a stinker of a start, got dropped for most of it, and then he's come back, and now he's doing well. So I'll take it, belated. But yeah, he's looked really good. Butler still not in the runs. Yeah, he had that start when everybody was like, "Oh yeah, he's going to overtake Cody's record," and then he's gone off the boil. But yeah, Ravi Ashwin, what a knock from him! 40 off 23.
It was really good. Yeah. And that goes with figures of 4 overs, 1 for 28 too. So I think it was just it was really good game. But then it the whole game seemed to sort of come to a halt. Like again, Rajasthan got off to quite a good start, and then it slowed down a bit when a few wickets went down, and then Ashwin clawed it back again, and then I mean, it was just such a bad end to the game. Like the game ended because Patharana bowled a wide. So it was like the scores were tied and then he bowled a wide. It's like, it's a bit boring, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think he actually, on his good balls, looked really good. Just a little shout out to young Malinga. His good balls look really good, but his bad balls are just all over the place. So he needs to sort of eliminate them. You could see Malinga and the Rajasthan dugout looking like a proud father over him. Because
it must be weird actually looking at somebody and knowing that you are the inspiration for their bowling.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really quite cool.
Yeah, I mean the lad's talented. Like he's got 2 under 19 World Cups under his belt, and yeah, he's bowled all right. He's not really had the breakout season yet, but I think he's definitely one to watch for the future. And he bowls quick as well. So yeah, it sort of came to a lackluster end, which has sort of been the story of the IPL group stages. Like everyone sort of just petered off. It's only really going to be exciting. Like probably tomorrow will be the most exciting game for a couple of weeks. Aside from yesterday. Yesterday was a good game, but then like tomorrow is going to be probably the biggest game of the last couple of weeks until playoffs, and then everyone's going to start watching again during playoffs.
So let's do some predictions for tomorrow.
Yes.
So it's Mumbai versus Delhi Capitals. If Delhi win, they go through. If Delhi lose, RCB go through. So huge things at stake. I'm going to predict RCB will go through. So I think that Mumbai are going to be able to pull it out the bag. I think a lot of it hinges on Tim David. I think he's got a lot resting on his shoulders. But yeah, we'll see. What do you think? What's your prediction?
I think Delhi have come off 2 wins. They're in a good bit of form, and I can see them going through. I think they'll come still with a better run rate than RCB. I think they'll pick up that win with people like Rovman Powell, David Warner, Mitch Marsh in that side, who are all looking in good form. I can't see a world where Delhi don't lose. So yeah, I think Delhi win, Delhi go through. Sorry, RCB, I think you're coming 5th.
There we go. Right, just a very quick one, which is Cricket Nerds questions. Beautiful singing from Benji once again. This one is from PD again, absolute saint in the comments. He said, in your opinion, is fielding a specialized skill or a mandatory skill for every player? As a captain, would you include a bloke who is a very average in batting or bowling, but an extremely agile and awesome fielder? I feel that every cricketer, batsman or bowler, should be an able fielder. So I agree with you. Every player, every cricketer should be an able fielder. that should, like, when you get to a decent standard, that's definitely a base level.
Yeah.
But I also think there is able fielder and there is like amazing fielder. So take someone like Jonty Rhodes, also people like Glenn Maxwell, Ravindra Jadeja, Ben Stokes, like absolutely outstanding fielders. That they are like, it's such a useful thing for a captain just to be able to say, right, okay, I'm going to stick you at cover, and that's going to block 90% of the things that go on the offside because you're just so impressive. Or at point, and I just know that anything cut, even if it's a brilliant shot, anything off the ground is going to be out. So it's a very comforting thing for a captain. I don't know what you think, Bench. Is it a specialized skill?
I think the days are gone of a specialist fielder. Batting and bowling slots are at such a premium, I think, these days, especially at a professional level. I think you expect everyone to have a high standard, and the people who can bat and field, the people who can bowl and are good at fielding too, like everyone sort of expected to be good in the field, especially at like professional level. At more amateur club cricket level, I mean, you're sometimes struggling with like just the players that you can get available. Like sometimes you can't help but have three duffers, so you've got to like hide it square leg, backward point, and fine leg. Sometimes that's just unavoidable. But I think it definitely adds to it if everyone can field, and if you have someone who is an exceptional fielder, that's always a win. And especially if it's someone who is willing to make up numbers, especially if you're, again, playing at lower standard, it's a really important. But I do think that, it's past the days of it being a specialist, especially in professional, but it's really important. So you can see why you have such a focus on fielding and fielding coaches, for example.
Well, don't forget to leave your Cricket Nerds questions down below. We love answering them. So yeah, keep them coming. Leave any other comments in the comments section.
Down below in the section.
Yes, all of the words. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Listen to our podcast as well. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
Bye.